Hello everyone and welcome back to DEP TV. You may remember a couple of videos ago we did a review on the Infinity Wax Graphene QDX, which we applied to this vehicle behind me. Now if you want to see the video on that, the application and how everything went, click the banner up here, all will be good. But today we're back for a maintenance wash on this vehicle, and we're going to be seeing how the Graphene QDX is standing up. It's been roughly about a month. Hello. It's been roughly about a month since we applied the graphene onto this motor. So today we're going to see how it's holding up, but more than that, we're going to try and destroy it. So some of you will probably remember this car. This was the car that was featured when we did the Infinity Wax Graphene QDX review on the channel a wee while back. If you've not already seen it, go back in and have a look. It's one of the videos will be in there. I might have put it in a playlist yet, I'm not 100% sure. But today we're a month on, so we're going to see how the QDX has been holding up, especially on this portion of the motor, especially on this part, because this is the bit that gets all the dirt blasted onto it before it blasts down the side of the motor. So first what we're going to do is we're going to just hit it with some water, just going to see how it goes from there, and then we're going to try and destroy it. So we're going to hit it with some cheap and nasty products, namely the one that I'm going to try my best to use is the Trade high foam wash. From past experience, it's basically one step down from fairy liquid, that stuff. So we're going to give it a good squat with that, just to see how it goes, and see if we can get this, see what the durability of this QDX is going to be like for the people that don't have the time to do a proper 2-bucket standard wash in their driveway every week. Maybe they take it to the local scratch and shine, as people like to call it. I don't like calling it that. The guys are out there trying to make a living. But yeah, let's get some water on this and see how it goes. Right, okay, so step one is going to be just a straight out rinse and see how this looks. It's not holding up that bad, to be honest. There is places where there's no protection whatsoever, but it does have some sort of residual protection. It does have some sort of residual protection there. You can see from the way that the paint is sheeting off, and there is still a little bit of beading there, but it's not sheeting off fast at all. So there you go. There's a little bit of residual protection there, but I'm not 100% sure that's just because there's still dirt on the surface there. There's definitely still dirt on there, because we've not done any pre-wash or anything. That's just a plain rinse with water, but it does seem to have some sort of residual protection there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to head back into the van. We're going to fill up, the van's over there, we're going to fill up the snow foam lands, and we're going to fill it up with Trade high foam wash. Put that on, we'll agitate it slightly with a noodle mitt probably, and then we'll give it a rinse off, and we'll see if that destroys it, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to see how much we can put on it to make it destroy it, and then we'll see how that goes, and then possibly after that we'll hit it with some fallout remover and we'll see how it holds up. So let's go and get the snow foam lands and we'll get that sorted. So we've now done a wash with the trade high foam, and you know what? There is still some protection on there. Yes, granted, not as good as it was when we first put it on, but this car has done approximately 1,500 miles in the really bad weather that we've had recently here in Glasgow, and do you know what? That's not bad at all. That really is not bad at all. It'll get another spits of protection when I go over it with rapid detail at the end of this maintenance wash. So the bonnet anyway, we've done that to try and destroy it coming off. That hasn't worked, so I'm going to go and finish. I'm going to now do a proper safe wash on the rest of the motor. So I'm now going to go and wash the rest of the car, and we'll come back and we'll see if we can do anything with some fallout remover and see if that gets rid of it too. Okay, so the rest of the car's now clean. We can see that. It's not been dried off yet. So what we're going to do is we are going to try and get the rest of the graphene off this bonnet. So we've used the trade foam, high foam wash. There it's there. Carplan trade valet. We've used that. We've seen the effect that that's had. So now I'm going to use just a cheap and nasty trade fallout remover, and we're going to spray that onto the vehicle, onto the bonnet, and we're going to see. I'm not going to give the name of this product because it's a very well-known cheap one that you can pick up in different places. So we'll spray that quite liberally onto the bonnet of the car. You can see it isn't really reacting so much with the graphene, to be perfectly honest with you. It doesn't seem to be anyway. So we're going to leave that on there for a couple of minutes. I'm just going to chuck this down here. We'll leave that on there for a few minutes and we'll give it a rinse off and then see exactly how the graphene QDX is going to react with it. I'm hoping that it's still the same reaction as when we used the trade foam, because that means all I need to do is just top it up when I dry the vehicle. So let's get on to that and see how that goes. In all honesty, to be fair, that has taken another level of dirt off it that the high foam didn't take off, and it does seem to be working slightly better than it did before. Now I don't know why this is happening, but we'll show you this. The graphene seems to be working best, or the protection that's still on it seems to be working best around these areas here. Now I'm not sure why that is, but I have a theory that on this car these are heated. Okay, so there is heat radiating up from them when my client has the window heaters on first thing in the morning. Now I don't know if that's making the graphene bond to the paint better. It's been a few days anyway, well it's been a few weeks since I've done it, but it just seems to be around about that area where the best sheeting and the best breathing is. So that's the only conclusion I can come to. Like here is where the engine is under the bonnet, here is where it's heated from the heated washer jets, here and here, and here's where the engine is. So that leaves me, now you can put your comments down below for what you think it might be, but it seems to be everywhere there's more heat radiating from underneath the bonnet. Seems to be where the graphene, see that there? Seems to be where the graphene has set the best. Now that could be because when I applied it, it was only, I think it was about 12 degrees when I applied it. So it could be that it needed that little bit extra heat to cure better. I'm not 100% sure on that. But that's how it looks after some high foam wash, some cheap high foam wash, some fallout remover. And it's been agitated as well, and to be fair, the graphene is holding up pretty well. So ladies and gents, what have we learned today? Well, today we've learned that the Infinity Wax QDX, if looked after properly, should last for at least 2 to 3 months. We've also learned that there's a possibility that heat helps it cure better, which is why we got better beading and sheeting here and up here, around about those wee bits up there. I'd need to speak to Michael at Infinity to find out if that is a thing that they know about, but I will get onto that and we'll see what happens with that. But for now guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this goes to prove that the QDX is a great product and it does work. I mean, look at this. And I've put no extra protection on that, I've just washed that, so now it's had a proper good clean and a good wash. Obviously the QDX underneath is set pretty well, so it's still beading and it's still sheeting. Well, thank you very much for watching guys. The other thing we've learned is don't valet in the rain. But anyway, thank you very much. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please tell anyone you know about the channel if you think they would like it. Hit the thumbs up button and hit the bell notification icon, please. Thank you very much. I'm sorry this has been a bit of a rushed video, but with different things happening this week, this is the only chance today I've had to film anything at all. And I thought, because it was this particular vehicle, I thought, oh, that'd be great just to get an update on the graphene, the QDX, and see how it's holding up. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next week.